You are bold, you are fearless, you are radiant. It's time to unlock the diamond from within. BFF, we rise above, stronger together, we shine with love. Faith unshaken, hearts on fire, fearless souls, we're reaching high.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in back into the BFF Empowerment Podcast. I am your host, Blaque Diamond, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Miss Michelle Pep.
Yeah.
Is that how
Yep.
you pronounce? Okay.
Yes, Peth.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, ma'am. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself before we jump into the interview?
Absolutely. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. My name is Michelle Peth. I own a company that started out as a small side hustle and now is a whole company called Beet Tan. I have a real estate background. I'm born and raised here in Savannah, bartended for years, and it all just kind of, now I'm just solely with Beet Tan, just taking it off, taking it to the next level. I teach women how to spray tan. We have a whole online academy, and then we also have business coaching with it, based on the success of myself and some of our top sprayers that have been with us for a while. So we not only teach them the skill of spray tanning, whether they want to do it as a side hustle, we also guide them through every step of having a business, because it's
Mhm.
all hard and it's good to have a good support system.
Exactly. So, what made you get into spray tanning specifically?
Well, I'm 42 now. So when I was about 19 years old. My sister was in high school, and she's a redhead, has a lot of skin issues, but specifically she had a lot of skin cancer scares early on in her teens.
Mhm.
So me and my mom, got out of the sun, started using SPF for ourselves. It was a wake up call. And it wasn't just one or two. She's had almost 20 scares.
Oh,
So
wow.
not only is it scary, some of them are precancerous, some of them are basal cell. There's so many different forms of skin cancer. Um, and melanoma obviously is the scariest because that's the deadliest. But what's really awful that comes along with it is you have to get these places cut out. So not only is she dealing with the scary part of the disease, the cancer,
Mhm.
she's also dealing with the scarring and the aftermath of it, which if it's hard for a teenager. So I learned how
Mhm.
to spray tan because it, camouflaged the scars, but also gave her an alternative way to get some color on her skin and make her feel good in her own
Mhm.
skin. So I started spray tanning using other brands years back, and then about 11 years ago came up with my own product line based on the needs of not only my sister but my clients at that point. No more orange, no more, no more staining. I don't know if you see like some of the stuff on that's trending on TikTok right now. A lot of foundations are doing color correcting additives, so it
Mhm.
it just adapts to your skin tone. So ours has that in there. So it's
Okay.
trending now, but we've always had it in our product.
Mhm.
So it's enhancing your skin tone, not changing it, which changed the game because for years, me and my sister, we would spray different brands on. We had like a car, like we would write our favorite things, and then finally, we got my real estate license and put my own money into my experience with spray tanning and made something that was simplified, easy, and natural.
Mhm.
And it then, someone wanted to learn how to do it. The first person, my friend Rachel, was like, I'm moving to LA. I can't find a spray tan solution like yours. Could I please learn how to do it? And she was my first. And now we've trained over 600 women how to spray tan.
Oh, wow. So it seems like since the business was inspired by your sister, is she an ambassador of your product?
You would think so, but no, she just uses it. She's been on a podcast episode with me on The Beat Goes On, which is our podcast, and but she's a mom. She works for a nonprofit. Her and her husband, they feed the homeless. They live in Ohio now. They have six
Mhm.
children. She is a very much a servant. Like she serves
Okay.
the Lord. Like she is very involved in her nonprofit. They feed the homeless every day. They have a music ministry. They're really involved in their community in that way with
Okay.
the homeless and the less fortunate. And with 6 kids, that keeps her pretty busy. So
Okay.
that that is where her life, she's such a good woman. Her and her husband are just the best couple. So no, sure, she still uses all the product, but my sister, which was why it was important for me to help her, because she's such a natural girl. She doesn't wear a lot of makeup, so I
Mm-hmm.
needed it to look natural because she didn't want to look like she had a spray tan. She just wanted to feel better in her skin. So my sister's not this like beauty gal. I mean, she'll still text me and say, "What makeup should I get? I have this event." Because she still doesn't do. I do the beauty, and she calls
Mm-hmm.
me for the advice, which is a fun big sister dynamic. I enjoy it.
Yes. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so with spray tanning, um, I'm sure it's a more organic and a more natural way
Absolutely
to tan outside of, direct sunlight.
right.
So with spray tanning, what is that process like?
It's so fast because we took all that stuff out of it that I was using
Mm-hmm.
for years. No cosmetic bronzer, so there's nothing that stains the skin. The active ingredient is derived from sugar beets. And then with the color correcting additives, it's just reacting with the top layer of your epidermis and turning it dark rather than dyeing it dark.
Mm-hmm.
So the process is so much quicker because there's no barrier creams and there's no processes or pH balance. There's none of this stuff, which a lot of times tanning salons are just upselling you for, of like marketing and business. Like they are doing this to get more money out of the, I don't know if anybody's listening, if they've ever been to a tanning salon, you get upsold. They're like, would you like to add anti-aging? Would you like to add this bronzer? Would you like to add this?
Mm-hmm.
And by the so the
Mm-hmm.
so what that process takes longer. Ours is like, hey, it's just going to react off of your own skin tone. Just don't get wet. We give them the post instructions and we send them pre instructions, but the actual session is less than 10 minutes. It's
Okay.
so fast because we don't have all these steps and additives, and I think that's why it's taken off, because it's not a luxury. You come in, you take your clothes off, we spray cold stuff on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not smart to go more spa with it, because there's nothing spa like about getting cold stuff sprayed on you while you're nude. So I wanted to like be make the process quick, simplified, easy upkeep, products to
Mm-hmm.
take home, and that's what we did. We simplified it for the sprayer, but we also simplified it for the customer, so that
Okay.
our clients aren't the bodybuilders or the competition, it's the everyday woman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
and we like that. We like that people come in to feel better, not just for events. And that happens all the time. That's my favorite answer. When I say, "Hey, why are you getting sprayed?" I love it when they're like, "Oh, I just was having a bad week." Like, that's my favorite answer.
Exactly. That's their form of self-care. They want to make themselves feel good. So whatever you can do to make yourself feel good, whether it's a spray tan or going to the spa, yeah, do it.
Right.
Definitely.
And there was an article in Forbes about a year ago that said that spray tanning has taken a jump ahead of so many beauty services, nails, hair, facials, massages, all these things, because it's affordable and it takes less time. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, a lot of us are busy and don't take time for ourselves. So it's just this quick 10-minute thing that could just make you feel so much better. So I would smile from ear to ear, because I've always felt that way about spray tanning, but I like that it's an affordable, fast service that does make you feel good when maybe you are on a budget that month and you can't go get your highlights or your extensions or, your nails. Because I mean, the nails are $100 a pop no matter what.
Oof, yes.
And they take, you got to sit there. I'm ADD, so like sitting there. I get my nails done. I love my gal, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I hate sitting there. And it's not her. Enjoy her. It's just having me sit is a challenge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can
So
I can definitely understand that. And so what's the spray tanning process? So you're saying that the customers actually come to a location? So
we
can they
also are mobile.
totally
We
do
have
it
a
at
pop-up
home?
tent. Yeah, so some of
Oh,
our
okay.
sprayers, so the customer can do it at home. The sprayer, we have some girls that spray out of their homes in their neighborhood. They just spray the neighborhood, and then we have some that have storefronts. Like, it's all over the place. The way
Okay.
that we do our training is based on really keeping your overhead low while you grow your clientele. But the client can pay an extra fee to have you come to them. It's a pop-up tent, and we give
Mhm.
training to the sprayer on how to do that. But yeah, we have sprayers all over, and they just pop the tent up at your house. There is a mobile fee. Obviously, like everything, we are paying. I paid more for my lunch the other day than I probably should have because I just DoorDashed it. So, it's really a part of the culture now. Like, people are having services and things delivered to them more often than we used to. So yes,
Mhm.
it's mobile. We can pop up at the client's house, or they can come to us depending on like the sprayer if they have a studio or not.
Okay. Wow. So it's definitely mobile. So yeah, it's
Yes.
definitely that convenience, and that's what we like nowadays. Quick, fast, and convenient.
Yes. Which is what I wanted to do as the sprayer. I mean, I was a single mom, so I wanted that for myself.
Mhm.
So it's just worked out that life pivoted and went that way. I was just rolling with the times. I have two locations now and a storefront. We have a brand new storefront that we opened last week.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'm 11 years old. So it took me a while to get this big, beautiful studio. I was able to work up to it. And really
Mhm.
just, it's not needed. It's not needed, but it was a dream of mine. So now I have this big, beautiful storefront in historic Savannah where all the tourists come. And so it's really good advertising, and it's a really good training studio for new sprayers that want to come in. So, but I started with a tent, a spray tan gun, and
Mhm.
and I was popping, with way lower overhead than I have now.
Exactly. Okay. And when it comes to the training, so is the training virtual or in person or
Yes,
hybrid or both?
we built a beautiful training site in 2020 because I used to have a fee, like they would come, and I'm most when we grew first in the southeast because
Mhm.
a lot of people passing through Savannah. They love the product. They told somebody about it. We have a referral fee that we'll pay if somebody refers us a sprayer. So it all was in the south and the southeast, right?
Mhm.
Well, during COVID, we had a couple girls in Michigan, a couple girls in Washington. So I FaceTime with them and did everything. And then I was like, I've got to build a training website because I think this would grow. You would think that we did worse during COVID, but I think during COVID, when people were home, they were wanting to learn new skills. People were coming up with a
Mhm.
plan of something to do. People were rethinking their jobs. So we actually had a ton of people sign up during COVID, and because I was shut down from my studio, I was able to spend more time on the digital, and we built a training site. It's about 8 hours of training, and
Mhm.
then they get a coaching call. There's three of us that do, and then they get three coaching calls, and then we go live every Tuesday. So if they still need some added help,
Mhm.
they just can log on like we do it tonight at 5. They just log
Mhm.
on, and it's very similar to Zoom, but we can screen share, and it's
Mhm.
on our pro site and ask questions. We also have a face go live on Facebook. So if they don't want their face on there, they just want to type in the questions, we go live on Facebook, and they can ask spray tan questions, business questions, or sometimes they just want to meet the other people that are spraying. It gives you confidence and validation that the product you're using when you have that support system, and the support
Mhm.
system are also they're also customers. It's not just me, the CEO, telling you my product's the best. It's the proof's in the pudding because you're connected to all the other sprayers,
Exactly. And it's building a community, like a
which is
community
I
of
love.
like-minded individuals and then people
Mhm.
who are into the same thing. So that sense of belonging.
Yes, and we have a beet retreat every January, which is my favorite. We've already had about 30 women sign up for that. So we rent a big Airbnb, which this year we're having to rent two, because of how many that signed up. We rent it on an island near here, and they just have to get here. It's all inclusive. They get a ticket, and we start the year off together. So we start the
Mhm.
year off with marketing ideas, headshots, before and afters. It's a whole weekend of just doing things to help them for the new year with their business, whether it's them spraying with models and showing the before and after. They leave with content, videography, and we sharpen their spray tan skills. We do digital audits with our digital team, meaning like we look at their booking system, their website. So it's very franchisey, but we don't take a percentage. It's really just the
Mhm.
community and the support. Sometimes we get confused with network marketing, MLMs, or franchising, but there's
Yes.
just there's just a you pay for the education, the certification, and then we call them spray tan partners. And then we help them thereafter. There's no hidden fees or there's none of that.
Okay. And so with spray tanning, so this is seems like, you would think that people would just kind of want to be tanned during the summertime because they're out and going to the beach and, things like that. So it sounds like with your program, you basically can spray tan or be tanned any time of year.
Yes, and people, school just started, so we had a lot of little girls come through and get color for their first day of school, just high school girls, because their moms can afford it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot cheaper, like I said, the nails and hair. So we have a slew of high school girls and then people get sprayed when they're going on vacations for all through the summer, and then fall. Fall is big. There's a lot of fall weddings, so
Mm-hmm.
we end up with a ton of weddings in the fall. Then in October, people get sprayed for Halloween. So events, but then also there are just women. Usually they're from like 35 to 70 years old. Those are our regular clients. They're realizing the sun damage is starting to shine through that they may have gotten when they were younger and didn't wear as much SPF, or when we don't think we have to worry about it when our skin's perfect, and we're starting
Mm-hmm.
to see the side effects of younger sun damage. So they get out of the sun and they come in and see us. So a lot of our regular clientele are like 35 to 70, and they just cannot suntan anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And we share a lot of clientele with med spa, anyone in dermatology, med spa, that world where people are really like caring for their skin and
Mm-hmm.
trying to stay looking younger and brighter and more vibrant. So
Wow.
we have a strong clientele in that age range, but then the younger clientele tends to come more for events.
Mm-hmm.
But
Gotcha.
spring is the biggest season. That's when you're coming out of winter. People are shedding layers. Their weddings, proms. Spring is like when
Mm-hmm.
everybody comes out, and so spring is huge for us. So from the end of February to June is huge. So every
Mm-hmm.
spray tanner gets excited for spring. We make money year round, but there's just really a pop
Yes.
during spring.
And so how long does a typical application of the spray tan
Last.
last? How often do they have to, apply it or get it done again?
So typically it's 7 to 10 days. We do have products that extend it. So if someone's going on a 2 week vacation, they'll usually pick up one of the extender products, which we educate them on at their spray tan session. But it lasts about 7 to 10 days because it's skin. So as your skin sheds, it fades
Mm-hmm.
because it's the top layer of the epidermis. So as that skin sheds, so it's actually healthy to like help it off because you're helping dead skin off,
Yes.
and then get a new one. So it's skin cell turnover. It's not a makeup that you just keep on and hope it stays there. Like we educate on how it works with the skin. We actually
Mm-hmm.
educate our clients about the science as well, so that they understand how to keep it lasting longer. So if they want to come the next week, we tell them we have products to help them get it off. So all of our products are paraben free, sulfate free, and we know the ingredients, so they don't have to use our products. But a lot of times they're like, "Well, I trust the spray tan, so I'm going to use anything that's going to make it last longer." So we
Exactly.
encourage them to help it last. We encourage and educate them on how to help it last longer, so they get the most out of their money. But
Okay.
typically it's 2 weeks is the best. It was a really good spray tan. Somebody prepped, they took care of it, they maintained it. But let me tell you,
Mm-hmm.
in hot, humid Savannah, it's typically about 7 to 10 days because you're sweating your little booty off.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, I was actually going to ask about like getting wet. Like, does that affect, like, can they get in the
well,
pool?
every
Can
time you get
they?
wet, you kind of your skin sheds a layer. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be in the pool in the ocean a lot, you just grab one of those extender lotions and it'll replenish the tan, because unfortunately you're that's just how life works. Pools
Mm-hmm.
and soaps, and it just sheds a layer of skin. But it's not going to take it off completely. Like it's still going to at least last that
It'll
seven
just
days.
fade a little. It won't be as, I
It
guess
won't be as
vibrant.
vibrant. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
We thought the same word at the same time. Yeah, it won't be as vibrant, but we have products that can keep it that way, to keep it looking that glowy,
Mm-hmm.
first few days look. So the products go hand in hand with it. there is no miracle product that we can keep your skin cells on longer. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think if there was, it probably would not look great because that's dry, dead skin.
Yeah, it's just sitting on top, like, oof.
Yeah. So we encourage, yes, right. So we encourage skin cell turnover, and we encourage, I do have a background. I worked with Clinique for years. And in fact, when I first started spray tanning, that's what I was doing. And Clinique sends you to learn things under Norman Arntrike, which is he's the, they still use his books in dermatology school, but he owns Estee, he's passed away, but he owned, people are still studying his skin, what that they study his books in dermatology schools to this day.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I learned under that. So it's funny how later in life, all of the things I learned at Clinique through all of this education and years of working with them, how it plays a part in how I educate my clients about spray tanning.
Wow. And so with your products, and you always say sprayer. So are there like anything like kind of I would just say lotion based, or
Yes,
is
so
it everything is
we have an
okay?
entire retail line which grew massively during COVID because we were all of our sprayers were shut down. So
Hmm.
we grew the retail line.
Okay.
And so we have two tanning mousses, two tanning lotions, some face products. So we keep up with what's trending, but we still keep it pretty simple. We don't want to
Hmm.
confuse people.
Okay. So they do have the options outside of the actual spraying.
Yes, they can just
Yes.
try. And honestly, like we've had people order the mousse online, or the lotion, the mousse, our coconut mousse and and our self tanning lotion are our top two products that we sell.
Hmm.
We have had people purchase that and then want to get more involved with the company, which is really exciting to me that the retail line coexists so well with the professional line.
Exactly.
But yeah, a lot of
Wow.
people just want to try it at home. It's really affordable. Even though we're organic and clean, we have really competitive pricing. We don't cost as much as some of the leading brands out there, but we still are able to keep it clean. We work with local
Hmm.
ingredient farmers, and we've got some good. Our manufacturer is awesome, so we're able to keep the cost as low as we can and still keep it small batch, meaning like we don't mass produce it and add preservatives.
Exactly. Okay. So what is the typical shelf life?
It's a year and a half for the retail products. The professional line's more concentrated, so it has a shorter shelf life, but the sprayer knows that and keeps up with it. But the at-home products have a year and a half shelf life opened,
Hmm.
and then all they do when they expire is not tan as dark, so you just apply more. So it doesn't because we don't have those crazy bronzers. It doesn't turn. A
Hmm.
lot of them will turn green. Ours does not turn green.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's how you know
And
they're
the
expired.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll have a really sweet stench when they get old.
Hmm.
Ours, because it's made from a root vegetable, it doesn't. A lot of them are made from sugar, like sugar cane. Ours is because it's a root vegetable, it doesn't have that sweet stench. So really, you can still use it. It's not going to hurt your skin. It's just not going to get you as dark.
Okay.
So
And
all of
so,
this came into
mhm,
play because after years of using everything out there, I was so sick of the smell and so sick of the green.
mhm. Wow. And so since you said the tan you get is kind of based on your own skin tone, so that means there's like no, like you know how when you buy makeup you can, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
because
this
there's no
color
makeup in it
matches
at
my
all. Yeah.
tone, I can
What
buy this. So it's just a standard.
it's a science, it's a cool science. It's reacting with your own skin tone. So the DHA reacts with the amino acids in the top layer of the epidermis and turns it darker. It's called the Mallard effect. The reason
Mhm.
that other sunless tanners use have that like shade and matching system is because they have cosmetic staining bronzers, which is a makeup. If the
Mhm.
DHA is not fresh, it breaks down over time. So a lot of them will mix these bronzers in because they'll stain it for 3 to 4 days, and the DHA can be weaker
Mhm.
because they have these staining bronzers. I am so over the bronzers. I did it for so long. I was not able to own white sheets, white shirts, or anything.
Oh
So
wow.
because it's staining your skin, so of course it
Yes.
stains other things. So we have a color guide on our in our mousse and our tanning spray tanning solution, so you can
Mhm.
see the application, but it has no staining element to it. So there's
Okay.
nothing to match because it's just a cool science, which, like I said earlier, is similar to those foundations that are, trending so hard and viral on TikTok right now.
Mhm.
It goes on clear and turns to your skin tone.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, so it's just a different. We just took out that staining bronzer.
Mhm.
And that's why you can't match it wrong. You can
Exactly.
layer
Because
you
yeah,
can
it's your skin tone.
right, you can layer it on more to darken it, but it's still going to react off of the base that it's on. So I can spray someone, we have all ethnicities, all skin tone, everyone's welcome at Beet Tan, and we have women and men of all shades. And
Mhm.
we use the same product. So if a redhead comes in, and that I have this girl that's Italian who has the darkest skin. I have a lot of black women that come in. It's going to have a different effect because it's acting off of their skin tone. And then some people will be like, well, why does she's already tan? And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, it evens their skin tone out and gives the healthy glow that the sun would. So it's not always about being tan. Sometimes it's just about enhancing the skin tone.
Exactly.
And so since we've been preaching and teaching that, we're not just zeroed in on the white women of the world. we have
Mhm.
we have clients of all ethnicities that come in, and skin conditions. We have some vitiligo. It makes them feel pretty. Vitiligo is that skin disorder where you have two-tone skin.
Yes.
We've got clients with eczema, psoriasis. So because we've kept it so clean and our DHA, our active ingredient, is so mild to the skin, all skin tones and
Types, yeah.
skin types can come in and trust this product,
Mhm.
which was really important to me. That's all stems from a love for my sister.
Yes. And that was actually going to be my next question, but you've already answered it about like people with sensitive skin and
Mhm.
skin disorders and stuff. Is it safe, would it be safe for them to
Yes, and
use?
very clean. I mean, you could drink it, but it doesn't taste good. I wouldn't say it's not going to do anything for you, and it doesn't taste good, but it's safe enough, to drink.
Mhm. And that's the best thing, natural beauty, like you being able to
Mhm.
use natural products and don't have to worry about,
And it's so funny. I was
something.
doing it before it was cool. I was doing it
Mhm.
for my sister. Like I was doing it before, when I was still eating processed foods myself. I was still doing this for my sisters. It's just funny how life happens.
Mhm. Mhm.
And how
Wow.
you do it for somebody else. I literally was eating McDonald's every day when my son was little. We were broke as a joke, and I was just trying to find something for my sister, but I had to be particular. So me and her laughed. She's like, we were organic before organic was cool. I was like, yeah, but we were eating Happy Meals every day, so it's just kind of funny. I've since changed my diet, but
Yes.
but it is hard. I was broke as a joke, single mom, so it's
Mhm.
hard. Unfortunately, it's hard to be healthy sometimes when you're on a tight budget.
Exactly. Trust me. I know the feeling.
Which is also why I try to keep the cost of the company as low as I can because I want it to be affordable. We have Afterpay on our website and Affirm and all those things and we have nice sizes. Like everything's in an 8 ounce, so most
Mhm.
everything. The face products are a little smaller, but we tried to make it a decent size and price. So to get people out of the sun, I mean, after watching my sister go through all of that, and being a single mom myself, I wanted to make it as affordable as I could
Mhm.
and still clean, which is not always easy.
Wow. So what would be one piece of advice you would give someone who's interested in not only just spray tanning themselves, but getting into the business side of spray tanning?
Well, we have, I would say, do research. You can go to a spray tan forum like on Facebook and just understand the difference of Beet Tan just by being in a forum where they're commenting on all these other brands. We're very different. You could do some research and then also go to the Beet Tan website. It's beettan.com. Go to start a spray tan business. We have videos and loads of advice and education on Beet Tan while they're trying to decide if this is something that they want to do. There's also an area on there where they can book an opportunity call and actually speak directly to me. I don't
Mhm.
let anyone in my team do those opportunity calls. I've been doing them for almost 12 years now, and I love
Mhm.
talking to the. There's some people I'll talk to for 2 years because it's just not in their budget. It's not, they're not ready for it. They're about to retire. They're at school. Like there's stories go on, the different, narratives go on and on and on. So you could book an opportunity call, even if you're not gonna. It's not a sales call. It's not high pressure sales. It's just informative.
Mhm.
So you can ask me questions about it. So that would be my advice: is get on the website if you want to book a coaching call. Totally book it with me. You always speak with me, and then you can just ask all the questions that you have. I will say though, it is a very affordable package. We do your website, your booking system. We help you set up your Google My Business page. You get your entire spray tan kit. Your machine comes with a 2-year warranty, your spray tan tent, and some retail products for $27.50. So for 2000 for under $3,000, you get an entire business in a box,
Oh, wow.
including your website booking system. And we also share all of our photography, videography, before and afters with them so they can start to build their social media page. We have coaching
Mhm.
calls that give them advice on how to do a business page because it's different
Mhm.
than a personal page. So
It
there's a
is,
lot
yes.
that goes into it for under $3,000. That's crazy. And I know that it's crazy because my accountant tells me every time, but to me, they're all extensions of me. And I was a single mom and this business did so much for me personally. It gave me a sense of pride and a sense of purpose. So
Mhm.
I'll always have it be affordable because I see myself in every single woman I talk to on the phone.
Exactly. Wow. I love it. I love it.
I do too, girl. I love it so, so much. It's the weirdest passion. People are like, this is so crazy. I'm like, I know it's crazy because it's like all started with spray tan, but who knew
Mhm.
that something like this could give you, me such a sense of purpose and pride and enjoyment and love. I love my clients. I love my spray tan partners. And it's fun to see the girls that signed up, the women rather, that have signed up and it's grown into something and they're so excited to have something that's their own. Like there's
Oh,
nothing that makes
yes.
it's so gratifying. Like it does not get
Empowering.
all.
Like I can
Yes.
definitely say, yeah, that sense of pride, that would be very empowering.
You have your own business. You have your, just like that,
Mhm.
you have your own, you don't have to worry about anything but learning how to spray tan. We're going to handle your website, everything. Just like that, you have a business. You don't,
Mhm.
it took me years to get everything right. I had like multiple websites, I used multiple digital platforms to book my clients so they can skip
Mhm.
all that and use something that's working for hundreds of women and just worry about learning how to spray tan. It
Exactly.
keeps it fun when you have that much support. Otherwise, it can
Mhm.
get overwhelming.
Yes, I can imagine. Yes. Wow. And then plus, yeah, they don't have, you've already done all the hard work. The product is there, the everything is there. You basically just have set it up, everything for them.
Right. And based on, if you go to like tanning expos, a lot of the people that are there, the CEOs are not there. And they certainly aren't spraying their own product. And to be
Mhm.
honest with you, one of my biggest competitors is owned by a man who's tan. So he just found a niche and he's a good businessman. I like him. I've met him several times. I'm not going to say who they are, but because I
Mhm.
just don't want to seem like I'm not a brand basher, but there is something to be said that, he found a niche. He's so smart at business. He hired the right, people in his corner as far as beauty chemists, things like that. And I did too, but I am currently I'm dealing with the client myself. I have two
Mhm.
spray studios. I'm still spray tanning. I love it. So I'm actively going through what the spray tan partner is going through
Mhm.
at the same time. And there's just a difference. There's a difference.
Exactly. Wow. Wow. This has
I
been
love it.
very good. Like, I mean, I've always heard of spray tanning, but yeah, to hear it like this is just, it's so different. It's eye-opening. And then to know that many women of other ethnicities, I've always
Mhm.
seen white women do
Well,
tanning,
that's how
but
they market it. They always
yes.
market it that way. And we actually are planning our photo shoot for the end of the year for 2026. We do a big shebang so we can get through all seasons with our photos
Mhm.
and videography. And that was my number one rule is I want to focus and have models of all. It's harder to see the tan line in a photo, but why don't, now that reels and TikToks are so popular, like we need to emphasize in video, if it's not as prominent, to the eye in a photo, we need to
Mm-hmm.
explain to people that this is for everyone. Because if you don't know, you
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Exactly. Wow.
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the whole business is fun, and the best part to me about owning a business is the people I meet.
Mm-hmm.
You would may have not met somebody if it wasn't for the business. I'm not a 9 to 5er. I could never have been behind a desk in a cubicle somewhere. I'd be depressed.
Exactly.
so so this business just opened up so many doors for me, and in my life, and I met so many cool people. I've sprayed famous people. I sprayed Zac Efron. I've sprayed Channing Tatum.
Oh,
I've sprayed
wow.
Adam Sandler's wife. Georgia, not as much anymore, but for a few years, Georgia had a tax incentive for film here. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of movies were filmed here in Savannah because we have the Savannah College of Art and Design.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there was a lot of film for about 3 4 years that were a lot of things were being filmed here, and so I would have never have met the first famous person was Adam Sandler's wife, and she's so kind.
Mm-hmm.
Alexandra Daddario, she's in Baywatch. So I sprayed her and Zac Efron for that. They filmed that in Savannah. So I would have never met famous people. And Channing Tatum, I thought I was going to pass out.
Oh, wow.
And he not only got sprayed by me in Savannah, he also got sprayed by Lily, my girl in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So he liked the product so much he did it twice.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Or
I
just
wonder if he still uses it.
I try to stop. I guess he has different makeup artists like through the Union of Film because I've tried to figure it out. So he has people order it for him online, and we never know.
Oh, okay.
And
Gotcha.
I have this theory. Because I know he has a house somewhere outside of Atlanta, like near Alabama, and there's a place where I know a lot of famous people live, and
Mm-hmm.
they order the mousse, but it's under somebody else's name. It's under a woman's name,
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
I
so you
think
would know.
that's Channing Tatum. But that's just me slightly stalking. It could just be some wonderful lady who loves the product, but in my mind, it's Channing Tatum. So
Mm-hmm.
we always put a little good juju over that package.
Oh, wow.
Pretty funny.
All right. So we have come to my favorite part of the show, called What Is She Thinking? And so it's where I give you 5 random phrases and you just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. You have to don't have to think too hard about it. It's just
Okay.
something fun to kind of get to know you.
Okay.
All right. So your first one is spray tanning is
Confidence.
yes, love it. All right, next one. Close the door or
Say that one more time. Sorry.
close the door or
Close the door or I don't know, or take it down. My doors are always open.
okay,
I
we'll
don't
go to
know. That my brain went wild on that one. Take it off its hinges.
okay, next one. Okay. You can't have cookies without.
Well, milk, and that's true. I don't eat
Mhm.
cookies without milk. I don't even drink milk, but if I have some warm, gooey cookies, I want some milk. So that's cliche,
yeah.
but that is a real true answer.
All right, let's see. Empowerment means
Empowerment means, I think empowerment means passion. I think you have to be passionate about something to empower anyone or yourself.
exactly. I believe that wholeheartedly. And your last one. A flower that describes me
I would say a lily.
a little. Why did I have a feeling you were going to say Lily?
Well, I love lilies, and I recently a lily sabotaged me. I purchased some orange lilies from the local farmers market, and I smelled them. Everything I got from the farmers market. I had sunflowers too, but in the batch I had these orange beautiful lilies, and I kept sniffing them, and they got stuff all over my face, but I didn't notice it. And I walked
hmm
my dog down the street where my store is and saw probably 5 people that I know. No one told me that I had stuff all over my face. It looked like I just ate Cheetos.
oh wow!
So me and Lily's, they're my favorite, but we got some beef too.
Oh, wow.
Believe
All
nobody told me that.
right. So, do you have any other information you would like to leave for listeners? Your website,
Yeah.
social media, anything where you can be found?
Yes, and I actually can be found. I'm a very psycho CEO. I want to know who's interested in the products, whatever. So on the website, beettan.com, it's BEETTAN.com. It's spelled like the root vegetable and tan. And then Beet Tan underscore official is our Instagram. That's our most popular platform. But we also are
Mhm.
on Facebook under Beet Tan too.
Okay. And also, you said you are also a podcast host. So, what about your
Oh yeah,
podcast?
thank you for reminding me. So if you were wondering more about the spray tan world, you want to meet or we have all of our spray tan partners. We ask all of them to be on episodes. So that is the Beet Goes On, spelled like the root vegetable. It's very female empowerment. And then I have another one called Real Talk Savannah, which is mostly about the city I live in because I give kudos to my community, which is why the company is so community based on my growth. I had such a good supportive community. So that podcast is just to give back to my fellow entrepreneurs. And I
Mhm.
love Savannah because it's been so good to me. So the Beat Goes On is really more about the company and the products and the spray tan partners and all those things. And then the other one's just more of a passion project. It's just fun to help other entrepreneurs get their story out there.
Wow, I love it. Women empowerment.
Love it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I love it, love it, love it. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode of the BFF Empowerment Podcast. Be sure to follow the podcast on all major podcasting platforms. Be sure to also visit our website at bffempowermentpodcast.com. If you want to be spotlighted on the Women on the Rise segment of the BFF Empowerment Podcast, be sure to send us an email at bffempowerment@gmail.com. If you just want to say hi, you just want to talk, if you want and you have any episode suggestions, be sure to send us an email as well. If you love the show, be sure to leave a review on whatever podcasting platform of choice that you have. And I know platforms like Spotify don't allow reviews, but at least leave a rating. That will definitely help the podcast to continue to grow. And until next time, guys, thanks for listening.
That was great.